Alex Denning, everybody. And now another favorite of mine, the hilarious Chris Burke.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So the last 2 weeks for me have been absolute hell. My little brother, he decided to buy a used car, right? And I'm officially a retired mechanic, but when something like this happens, I have to get involved. So we spent the last 2 weeks tearing down and rebuilding this car in the street on 8th and Queen with like borrowed tools, nothing we needed. At one point, I found myself trying to torch a bolt out with one of those handheld meth torches that luckily we live in 8th and Queen, so that was enough people walking by that someone had what we needed. And then like I'm going back to school too, right? So I'm like at one point, like I'd get him on a project and I'm on the porch with my laptop doing like seismic geology labs while like he's asking questions. It was just a lot, right? And I was working, I hadn't quit my job yet, so I was going at night and working at Burger King. So terrible. But the universe always has a way of blessing you whenever you go above and beyond, I feel like. And so we were rounding the corner, right? We're bringing this thing home, and it's time to put the brakes on. So we're all set up, and my little brother, he's half Mexican. He looks at me, and he's like, scoot over. And I'm like, all right, this man, like, all right. So I scoot over, and he gets on these front brakes like a man that's been doing this for 40 years. And I'd always known, like, Mexican people were good, but in that moment, I realized, like, it's genetic memory. Like, this kid has never owned a car, looked at a freaking wrench before, and here he is, like, greasing brake pads and pushing calipers back, and, like, I was amazed. And that, I think, was, like, that was the universe kind of blessing me, right? And then I got to see even further, about a day and a half later, we're in the middle of doing something else, and he's covered in oil and grease, and I got to see the white side of genetic memory pop through. And he looks at me and he says, if I've learned one thing, it's I don't want to work on fucking cars for the rest of my life. And and I thought that was pretty funny. So during this time also, I have this like problem with interacting with the wildlife. That's the way he always puts it. Where like I just can't help but get involved. Like I'm a very passerby type person. So like I'm looking. If I think I can say something, I'm going to say it, like see how it goes. Well, like I picked the wrong one, right? And I really wasn't like trying to provoke him. I may a little bit, but like he shouldn't have got as mad as he did. So he comes over and it looks like he's like literally 72 hours doing like a 3-year bid upstate somewhere, and he's angry. And we go back and forth, blah, blah, blah. It goes on. But like for the life of me, I can't understand when guys are arguing with other guys, like why it has to become gay. Because it ended for him with him looking at me sternly and telling me to suck his 6-foot black cock. And I was like, and the only thing that really stuck out, like, does he really believe that he is a 6-foot black cock? Like, I mean, I believe it's black. That I didn't debate. But 6 foot, I'm like, where'd you even put it, bro? Like, you're wearing shorts. Like, at least go with like something reasonable if you're gonna. Like, I just thought 6 foot was just a little. He really shot for it there. But have a nice night, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant on.
Chris Burke, everybody. Chris Burke.